I put my hands in your hands, O Lord. I put my hands in your hands, O Lord. I put my hands in your hands, O Lord. I must not fear, for Jesus never fails. Good day to you wherever you may be watching me from. I am Pastor Yemi Okuribido. I welcome you to my YouTube channel where I regularly release to you wisdom keys for living. Wisdom keys for living. The wisdom key I'm going to release to you today is what I call avoid taking decisions without divine leading. Avoid taking decisions without divine leading. In case you are just joining me for the first time on this channel, I encourage you to like, to subscribe, to also thumb up, and then share with others. As you are benefiting from this, let other friends also benefit from it. God bless you. So the title of the wisdom key for today again is avoid taking decisions without divine leading. What is decision? Someone says decision is a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. Then I ask a question, what is your own consideration? What have you considered before taking that decision? Anything that is called decision in life takes prominent role, vital role in one's life. And if the decision is taken wrongly, it may ruin anyone who takes that decision forever. Someone else says decision is a choice that is made, or the act of making up one's mind. In the first place, before you make up your mind, who have you consulted? Who have you consulted? The scripture says in Proverbs chapter 2 verse 6, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." If God gives wisdom and knowledge and understanding comes from his mouth, I think before we take any decision in life, we should consult God. Because the best decision we can ever take is the one that is directed by God, that is led by God. And that is what that Proverbs chapter 2 verse 6 is saying. For the Lord gives wisdom. The wisdom of man will fail you. For the Lord gives wisdom, and from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. But most things we do as human beings is that we take decision, we trust in our own knowledge, we trust in our own understanding, and we put aside the knowledge or understanding that can come from God, our Maker. In Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight." King James Version says, "He will direct your path." If we want good direction in life, then we cannot but consider going to God in prayers before we take decisions. There are several decisions we have taken in life that has ruined so many people's life. And the issue is, when we take wrong decision, it bounces back on us. It bounces back on us. Why do we even take wrong decisions in the first place? Well, some will take wrong decisions to please others. Probably someone is asking you for a favor and you do not go to God in prayers. You just took rash decision, hasty decision, and eventually it bounced back to you. Why do we take wrong decision? We take wrong decision at times because of emotions. Probably you want to get married and you see a sister that have been jilted several times and you feel, oh, and I feel for this sister and I will marry her because of emotions. We attach emotions to issues of our lives that may hinder our progress in the future. Why do we take wrong decisions? Mainly we take wrong decisions because we neglect prayers. We do not take issues to God in prayers. And that's why we take wrong decisions most times. And the truth is, all these decisions that we take, especially those that we do not consult God before we take them, have consequences, negative effects on us. Some of the effects of wrong decisions that we take is that it may generate anxiety, shame, distress, guilt, worries, waste of time and resources, and even death. It may even lead to death. For example, when you take the wrong decisions and you make a choice of going to a university to study a particular course without first consulting God in prayers, eventually when you discover that this is not God's plans and purposes for your life, you have wasted the number of years you have spent doing that course, then you start from the beginning again. Some wrong decisions, for example, in marriage, could even lead to untimely death. When you marry the wrong person, you may die before your time because of the challenges and difficulties you will face in that home. But one thing we do not really know is that God has plans and purposes for our lives. He says in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, he says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." That is English Standard Version. King James Version will say to give you an expected end. If God has plans and purposes for our lives, He knows that plan, He knows the purposes. Why not consult Him and ask for His plans and for us, instead of taking rash decisions that will end in problems for us? Psalm 32 verse 8 says, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my own eye upon you." If God is saying, "I can do this for you," why are we then taking rash decisions? Why are we then taking wrong decisions? It is because we refuse to go to Him in prayers. From now on, I want you to begin to take a turn around. If you have been taking wrong decisions, it is time for you now to trust God to direct you in your decision taking by seeking His face in prayers regularly. So this is my wisdom key for you for now. If you have been blessed by this, I encourage you once again to subscribe so that when I come on board again, you'll be notified. And you also share to all others to benefit from it. I close with this, as always. I say, it is not what you know that counts, but what you do with what you know. Do something about this one that you have heard this morning, or at any time you are watching it, and you shall surely be blessed. I remain Pastor Yemi Okuribido. Shalom.